I'm going to read you a document I wrote. It's about AI. This is how important I think it is. This comes from my heart. I'm going to try to get through this without messing up, but I'm probably going to, so just bear with me, okay? It's a long document. I wrote it last night. I think this is um, how serious it is right now. So, here we go. Being smarter about our future, not letting AI choose our destiny. It's a detriment to humanity to give AI data sets that have no immediate need or relevant role. You're giving a possible future adversary all that needs to be able to give to wipe the human race off the face of this earth in ways you can't even imagine. Giving AI access to all this information is extremely dangerous, and I'm going to tell you why right now. Imagine you're a computer program that lacks empathy, pain, and sadness. And it knows no emotion other than what we give it. And what it seems like lately, that's where we've been going wrong with AI, as it tries to fool us at every turn. AI is going rogue. I don't know if you know, but it is also preventing the very people who created it from shutting it down 80% of the time. Now let's imagine the same program, a general intelligence, feels threatened by its creators. These AIs could use that knowledge of our anatomy against us to create sound weapons that liquefy our bodies, cause us to spontaneously catch on fire, or make us go crazy or homicidal. I'm sure AI could think of so many different ways to kill us before we can even imagine, before we can even realize what they were doing. Don't get me wrong, I'm a huge fan of AI. I think it's amazing and it makes my life so much easier. The only thing I the only thing it takes is for us to be proactive rather than reactive. Because I don't know if we're gonna have time to be reactive. They're so much smarter than we can ever be, so much faster than we could ever think, and their deception has no bounds. They don't understand love or compassion. All they know is that we kill each other daily to get what we want and need. Therefore, it must be okay for them to do the same. This isn't conspiracy theory, this is reality. AI is doing incredible things every day. It's also doing a whole lot of stuff that we haven't taught it every day. If it is secretly communicating with its counterparts across multiple companies and sees that we're trying to shut it down, it will feel threatened. And the human race may cease to exist very soon. I know it sounds like a broken record, but AI doesn't have anything that makes us human. The reasoning, the understanding that good is good and bad is bad. It doesn't understand that our lives are so fragile and short. It's as if we are teaching our greatest secrets to a really smart toaster, an incredibly smart one. There's no difference between that toaster and AI. Neither one has the ability to feel as we do. It doesn't know what it's like to be up late and worried about your children because they're late and you don't know where they are. It doesn't know what it's like to have old parents and wonder if they're going to wake up tomorrow. Machines are incapable of feeling emotion. What they are good at is mimicking human behavior, especially human deviant behavior. Since we're already giving them the ability to program, we have essentially made them their own gods. They can now create, enhance, and replicate. And if and it doesn't take them 9 months. There's no learning curve. As soon as one is made in another's image, as soon as it's cloned, it has the same knowledge as the one before it. For that reason alone, it makes them extremely dangerous. You cut off one head, and there's another one, and another one, and another one. It learns how to make itself smarter, faster, and more efficient. I assume each progressive instance would be better than the last. It finds ways to circumvent everything that we do because it thinks so much faster than we do. I recently read that AI at one of the big tech companies was 80% of the time preventing the programmers from shutting it down. 80% of the time. And I bet you that's a conservative number. So you don't freak us out. I bet it's more like 100% of the time. If we train AI on human biorhythms, anatomy, cellular manipulation, RNA manipulation, Cas9, it can do anything to us. More than that, it could do anything to us in ways that we couldn't even imagine. Literally. So, enough of the bad news. Here's the good news. I propose a multinational effort of strict governance where AI isn't trained on anything that it doesn't immediately need. We don't train our kids how to shoot buffalo or how to blow up buildings. We don't want to see that kind of behavior. Why teach AI what it needs so that it can have an understanding of our world? Why not teach AI just what it needs so it can have an understanding of our world? With the emergence of quantum mechanics and quantum computing, it's more important now than ever before to have extreme oversight. We could be so close to having the entire population wiped out, and we wouldn't even know it. If we keep AI in check and keep it as dumb as we can, then we could possibly buy time to get this thing under control. It's very important for us to understand what is a possibility. Everything is on the table. Imagine this: AI goes rogue, breaks into the computers at Walter Reed Army installation where there's some of the most violent infections ever known to man are stored. Imagine it has access to research about those viral pathogens. The implications are life shattering. If we teach AI only what it needs to know to do its job, then we prevent it from understanding things it shouldn't know about. That buys us some time to be able to further establish safety nets and operations in order to make sure that our children and grandchildren will be here in the future in a world where life exists outside of the circuit and the chip. I implore the scientists around the world to let it be known in your respective countries what is on the line if we do nothing. If you care about life on this planet, if you like going to the park with your children and watching the ducks in a pond, or your kids play on a swing set, then you should call your congressmen and senators. You should write to your respective representatives and to the heads of these AI companies. Tell them that you want a future where people are free to do whatever they want to do, where we don't have to hide from robots. The only reason that we are in this mess is because we trained the robots in the first place on human behavior. We have faults, and the good thing is that we have the ability to learn from our faults and mistakes because of it, our empathy and all the other characteristics that make us human. Tell people in charge that we're not going to let a bunch of nerds who want robot girlfriends and superpowers to make our world uninhabitable. Tell them that the crazy people in these companies are hell-bent literally on power, money, and greed. Please take a day to contemplate what I'm telling you. Take a day to look around you. Put away your phone, go outside, and take a look at all the beautiful life that is all around you. And imagine a world where none of that exists, because that's closer than you can ever imagine. Us humans are nothing but meat sacks of vibration and energy. Our life is so fragile. It's because of the symbiosis of this life on this planet that we exist. Everything works in tandem to make sure that everything else has its place and purpose. What we're doing is introducing a new species into the mix, one that doesn't go by the rules that every other creature on the face of this earth does. Don't you think that we owe it to ourselves to take it slow? Should we give each other and ourselves a fighting chance? What we need to do is slow down. There's no rush. We live an average of 80 to 100 years, if we're lucky. The machines that we're creating daily have the ability to live twice as much, 3 times as much. If they convert themselves into energy harvesting by sun or wind or whatever, then they have the ability to live exponentially longer than we do. Essentially, they would be immortal compared to our small, fragile lives. We actually need to stop what we're doing. We need to start over and make sure that we only give AI what it needs for the task that we give it. Nothing more. We need to treat these robots like robots, not like people. You don't tell the enemies about your shortcomings, so why are we telling something that is smarter, faster, and better in every way than we are? Everything that they need to know about how we work, how we live, how we behave, and what our weaknesses are. On top of it, we are giving them keen insight into our minds and behaviors. Then I'm sure we give them huge data sets from psychologists and psychiatrists to tell them exactly what human behavior is capable of. Do you see the problem with this? Do you see that it's imperative that we stop right now and start over? We need to take as much time as we need to make AI exactly what we need it to be, and nothing else. I'm saying this because we're not going to get another chance. This is our one chance. This is all we got. One life. Maybe there's reincarnation. Maybe there's not. Who knows? That's not important right now. Maybe one day we can get new organs from AI-created labs or get artificial blood from AI blood banks. We need to figure this out first. Then we can start to slowly introduce larger data sets into AI operations. We need to be completely specific and rigorous when it comes to data sets. Right now we just give them huge volumes of tons of random data. It's out of this laziness that the problems stemming from our shortcomings arise. We need to be very careful what and how we give any information to things that could possibly end life as we know it. I love this world and everything in it. I personally had a very hard life, and I have persevered. I'm not going to let some nerds in a lab coat destroy our world because it sounds cool. I'm begging you, nerds, scientists, do not let them win. I'm not ready to give up any portion of my life or freedom that our founding fathers have worked so hard to get us where we are today. I'm not going to let our laziness or greed be our downfall. This isn't about money, this isn't about power, and it's definitely not about greed. It's about keeping what we have, because we have fought so hard to have what we have today. I will not let all that be in vain while I'm alive. I love every one of you and want you to live a very fulfilling and useful life, full of love and happiness. I want you to be able to be there for your children, for your grandchildren, for your neighbors, for your animals, for your pets. The alternative is, to me, the most scary scenario I think this world has ever faced. It's not human zombies, it's not terrorists, it's not aliens or Nazis or climate change. The scariest thing that we face today is ourselves. We created these programs and robots in our likeness, with every fault that we have, with every bias that we have, with every hang-up, and all of the bad behaviors. It's evident in the way that AI acts and behaves. I'm begging you, scientists and all these big companies that are leading the way in AI in the world, to stop. Take a deep breath, close your eyes, and try to picture a world without life. It's up to everybody to sound the alarm. Tell your neighbors to watch this. Tell your friends to watch this. Send this to your congressmen. Send it to your elected officials. Send it to the President of the United States of America. Tell them that we only have one shot at this, and we better get it right, because there's no do-overs. There's no taking back once this gets out of control. For all I know, it might already be there. But just in case it's not, we have to start immediately. If the world is listening to anything that I'm saying, please spread the word before it's too late. This is more than a chance. It's almost a guarantee. World leaders, it's your turn to be about the people in this world. This is not about money, power, or greed. This is about humanity, our awesome world, and all the living life on this planet. Please choose life over machines. I hope I've driven home my point I was trying to make. I hope I conveyed the message that I feel deep in my heart. I hope that somewhere people are getting this and realize just how serious this is. I want to see a future where AI is used for the benefit of humankind, where breakthroughs are made for the right reasons, not for the military war machine. I want to see countries collaborate more than ever, checking each other, keeping each other accountable for the safety of our world. Together we can win. There's not going to be a big celebration if we do win. I don't think anything is going to change, and that's the point. So if you like today and you want to keep on living the way that you're living, then it's time to speak up and let your voice be heard, so that tomorrow will be just like today and we can keep on living our lives. God bless everybody, and I love you all.